Hello everyone. So welcome to my channel Divine Insights, where we'll be talking just about astrology and again astrology. So today I want to talk about some of the yogas. Okay. So yogas like for money there is a yoga called Dhan Yoga. And also sometimes just by looking at the chart one can come to a conclusion of whether the person is trustworthy or not. And yeah, this is very important. Okay, if you're doing any kind of business or any either you're recruiting them as an employee to your company, or even in relationship. So so these main things uh, are the things that we'll be learning in this video. So first of all, so I'll be talking about Dhan Yoga. So how can anyone get so much amount? Okay, I mean, how anyone can earn that much? Okay, so Dhan Yoga, how you can see it means. So if there is any relation between second house and 11th house, either both are exchanged, like second house is in 11th house and 11th house lord is in second house. So this makes a Dhan Yoga, because second house is actually the money and wealth aspect, and 11th house is your incoming gains. If your incoming gains are in second house and second house lord, so money is also related, which is related to money. If it is in going in the 11th house of gains, then it surely says that uh, one can make good amount of money in their life, and this creates a Dhan Yoga. And yeah, sometimes uh, if there is any malefic planet which is kind of afflicting this yoga, then it might not give that much amount of money, because if someone is forming a yoga, then there will be other who can bring or destroy that yoga. So that's the reason it is also important to see the complete entire scenario of what the chart is saying. After Dhan Yoga, I'll be talking now about how you can see whether a person is trustworthy or not. See, if let me tell one thing. This is like a disclaimer. Look, if something I say and it is in your chart, and if you get offended by it, then I'm not the reason behind it, because this is just something that I got the knowledge from whomsoever I follow. So that is I'm sharing here, and I don't have any bad intention of creating any disharmony in the world. Okay, jokes apart. So if your ascendant lord is in any connection with the Rahu, or Rahu is there in your first house, so then this is like basically this says something about you, which means if Rahu is in first house or ascendant lord is making any connection with Rahu, it tends to say that the person is very selfish in nature. And उसको बस मतलब उसको बस उसका होना है basically. मतलब he don't care about others, so he just care about himself, and that could be the reason why he is not that trustworthy. And this uh, this is about trustworthiness and all. And then uh, cheating. So cheating yoga. So for that, you need to look into uh, Venus and Moon, because let me tell you something. So yes, tell you a story. Okay, story of Moon, Mercury, and Jupiter's wife. So actually, uh, Moon is mind. So mind. It is very unstable. आज moon को ये चाहिए, और tomorrow he wants something different. So that is the reason why he in that uncontrolled unstable mind. So what he does is uh, he makes an affair with the Jupiter's wife. And in that affair, Mercury is something, you know which is Mercury is born in that affair between Moon and Jupiter's wife. And from this story you can understand Moon. So for Moon, he likes someone today and tomorrow he wants someone else. So that's the reason, if moon is there in seventh house, and if it is also aspected, if Saturn or Jupiter is not aspecting this moon, then it creates a yoga for cheating. And then, yeah, if there is any conjunction between Venus and moon, that can also say much, especially if it is happening in, if it is in conjunction with Rahu, um, or what you can say, or if it is making it is happening in seventh house or 11th house or third house. So then also, especially in air houses, so then also it creates a lot more chance of either cheating or getting cheated by someone. And um yeah, I think this is something which is about cheating and all. And then uh just today, now I got remembered about the stories. So yesterday I thought of making a stories. So yes, let's talk about the stories. So if you consider this planets as a kingdom, then the king is sun, the queen is obviously moon, okay, and the prince is Mercury, and then Rajguru, the teacher, so the one who guides the king, okay, to do anything in the domain of administration. So I think that is, Jupiter performs that activity. So he's Rajguru in this kingdom. And the thing is, Venus. So Venus is, uh, we call it as Shukracharya. So honestly, he too has equal knowledge of Jupiter. But I told you yesterday, Jupiter is Brahmaputra, so he had taken abundance and all luck factor from by birth. Okay, and because of this, what do you call? Sometimes many of our people talk like this, right? Um, I am not able to understand. I'm not able to get that word now. That. Uh, just because his father was in industry, he also got the chance. What is this called? I don't know. I don't know what it is, what its name is, but that influence something. Okay, so because of that influence, Jupiter became the Rajguru. But even though he had the equal knowledge as Jupiter, he didn't got that opportunity to become the Rajguru in this kingdom, and that's the reason he just left the kingdom. So by saying, look, if you don't respect me, then I won't be staying here. So he just left the kingdom. And that's why Venus is also seen as a rebellious nature as well. So if Venus is strong, that person will always seen as very rebellious in nature. and and then the Saturn. Okay, so Saturn is also, Saturn and Sun. You know that story too. Okay, if you don't know, let me tell this in just 30 seconds. So yeah, son and his wife, but his wife, she just wanted to perform any dhyana or something meditation, and that's why she was also finding it quite difficult to stay with sun, because you can't handle that, sun's energy. It's very, the temperature is very high. She was not able to stay with him. So that's the reason she asked her father, and she thought to do some yagna or meditation, so that can take she can handle the temperature which is coming from sun. And that's the reason she too left. But before leaving, she didn't say anything to anyone. She just created a chaya. Okay, so this is nothing but a shadow. Okay, if I'm standing here, there would be a shadow behind me. Okay, something like that. That shadow is chaya. So chaya is nothing but the sun's wise shadow. Okay, so she, with some miracle water, she poured that water into her shadow, and that shadow really turned into a person. Okay, a person, um, a person who is alive. Okay, so she left that chaya here, and she went to the meditation and do her regna. And in that time, chaya and uh, in that time, Saturn is born. Okay, to chaya. Okay, as a son of sun and chaya, sun. Okay, I think I'm sorry. Saturn is born as a son of Chaya and Sun. Okay, but still he was dark in nature. Matlab, Saturn was dark in nature, and Surya is very, sun. He is very very divine. He is very charming. Uh, so he literally felt this cannot be my friend. This he cannot be my you know my child, something like that happened, and then he too left. Then Saturn too, he was also, Saturn was actually being forced to leave that kingdom, and then he too left. So that's the reason he is considered as a planet of justice. When he comes to serve this justice, he makes sure you get the justice. And that is the reason, nowadays recently we're seeing so many influential people are being there in the jail, whether it's in Karnataka or in other states or in whole country. We are seeing it. Uh, Even though people have so much influence, they are not able to escape from the jail and judiciary. So yeah, that is what the Saturn represents. And the story of Rahu and Ketu. So yeah, this is also there. Okay, so I'll talk the story of Rahu and Ketu too. Yeah, so as you know, that there was a churning of ocean was happening for Amrita. Okay, if you know, uh, so both devatas and asuras, they wanted the Amrita, and that's the reason they went for asking where we can find that Amrita. And then this whole entire thing came, like, yeah, you need to churn this ocean, this I think this divine ocean. So after churning this ocean, you will get the Amrita. And that's for that reason, they both asuras and devas, they tied, they made a tide, and they were trying. So they were trying to churn this ocean. So after churning the ocean, all that story. So mm, I think before you get the Amrita, which I mean, the poison also came, and that was consumed by Lord Shiva. And uh, uh, then goddess Parvati, she makes sure he it stays just in his throat and just doesn't move to his body. And then after everything, they get the Amrita. And then after getting Amrita, so Devas and Asuras both were like, they were fighting, like, we want to drink this Amrita and all. See, the thing is, Asuras, they are very karmic in they're very karmic in nature. Matlab, basically, so they are the people who will kill people, and they will cause all destruction. They're not good people to stay on earth. And so for that reason, giving them the immortality is really hard. So that was the reason why uh, uh, Amrita shouldn't be given to them. Okay. And but in this whole thing, what happens is, so they were also fighting for the Amrita. So now what happens is, our Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, he in his divine Mohini avatara, he comes, and he just plays with this asuras. So he just in his Mohini avatara, he says that, yeah, I will give, just stay in the line, and I'll pour the Amrita one by one. So all I think all asuras and devas, they form a line. So this is a line for devas, and the next line is for asuras. But so he is pouring the Amrita one by one, starting from sun. Okay. uh, but what happens in this whole thing was, so there was a brilliant asura. His name is, I'm sorry, I'm unable to understand, remember his name at this point of time. But this Hasura is very brilliant in nature, so he knew. So it is a Mohini, it is Lord Vishnu, so he won't give us. He understood that entire thing, and that's the reason he disguised himself as Deva, and he sat in that row where all devas were sat. So unfortunately, after pouring Amrita to everyone, the Mohini avatar, she also poured some, she too poured Amrita. But at that time, what happened was, so both sun and moon, they said, Mohini, that he's not Deva, he's Asura. So at that point of time, he already drank that amrita. So that was he had already drank that amrita, but it didn't gone to body. Okay, at the very moment Mohini turned into Lord Vishnu, and literally became angry and annoyed at him, and he just left his Sudarshana chakra and cut his throat. So the amrita didn't went to body only. So that the top that head part, that is commonly known as Rahu, and that below body part, that is called as Ketu. And for this reason, since uh, both moon and sun, they made the Mohini to realize that he is not Deva, right? So for that angriness, for to take the revenge, so solar eclipse and lunar eclipse are happening. And this is a story because of this entire what do you call, the planets. I think, yeah, this is what the stories of planets in astrology. So if you watch it till now, thank you so much. It really means a lot to me. And bye bye.